Remember when I reviewed Truck and Logistics Simulator way back when? It was something that initially came from a video by YouTuber Graystillplays. Plays. That's where my review of Thief Simulator came from as well. So what's better than reviews on 2 games that I played thanks to Graystillplays? Plays? Reviews on 3 games. There's a playlist for this one that I go back to all the time when I want something to listen to or just need something calming at night. Here is my review of House Flipper for the Nintendo Switch. When it comes to story, there really isn't much here. The synopsis is that you, the player character, run a house flipping business. You get cleaning and renovating jobs from clients as well as flipping houses to sell to buyers. When it comes to gameplay, this is a house renovating simulation game. Across the entirety of it, you'll be cleaning up, renovating, and selling houses. You know, all of those things that we don't like doing in our own houses but will gladly do in a video game. Before we get started, let's do a couple comparisons. I downloaded House Flipper onto not only my Nintendo Switch, but my GPD Win Max PC. The Switch version does not have access to any of the DLC. While the PC version gets 26 houses you can buy and flip without buying extra DLC, the Switch version only has 18. And if like me, you're coming to this game from Graystillplays, a lot has changed since that initial beta. A couple of quality of life examples being the fact that you can now save mid-mission and don't have to worry about losing your progress when you close the game. And you can select bundles of trash all at once instead of getting everything up bottle by bottle. Now when you go through the game progression-wise, you start at your office, which is a house that you can actually flip, which I'll get into a little bit later. At your office, you can manage 2 things on your laptop: jobs from clients and houses that you can buy and flip with your budget. The client jobs are normally pretty simple things that effectively act as tutorials. When you're on jobs, you have little bullet point missions and tasks that you do, like installing appliances, painting walls, cleaning up. These tasks also vary from room to room. When entering the bathroom, you might be doing completely different tasks than what you were doing in the bedroom moments before. You've also got limited access to your tools, the game slowly introducing you to different things in the vast network of everything that you can do to renovate these houses. Not only do these jobs help you build up money to buy houses to flip, but it also helps you build up your skills as you've got a little perk tree for each of the different tools that you have. The more you do it, the more you can enhance it and make it easier to use. But as I said a moment ago, all of these jobs are merely a tutorial preparation for the real task of the game: buying the 18 houses, flipping them, and selling them. Once you buy one of these houses with your budget, you can go clean it up and organize it however you want. Basically trying to impress all of the different buyers so you can sell it for profit and work on the bigger and more expensive houses. This is a lot of fun because instead of just the bullet point stuff, you can go into the shop and put literally anything that you can afford into the house and think, how do I want to organize this? And the beauty of that goes even further with the fact that you don't actually have to sell the houses you buy. You can transfer your office supplies into a house that you really like. When I started doing that, it became less of a chore to organize the house to impress the buyers and more me imagining myself just having moved into this house, thinking about what I want in my house, how I want to organize my rooms, and really just how I want my house to look. It's a fun game, but it's also pretty calm and chill. After all, you're essentially just doing busy work. It's really easy to relax and get lost in what you're doing in each room. The only real downside to this system is the fact that some of the tasks can get very repetitive when you do them a lot, painting walls especially. But on the brighter side of things, it has a lot of content and length to it. House Flipper costs $25 on Switch, and I believe it is $20 on PC. You can easily drop a good 5 to 10 hours on jobs in the first couple houses alone, not even starting to dive into the rest. Next, let's dive into controls. I don't have any problems with the control scheme the game uses. It does work pretty well, especially for the assemblies, but the movement controls can be very glitchy and floaty. Every time I play the game and go into a job or just start flipping a house, I will be walking around a room and my character will not stop moving in a single direction. I'll have to actually fight them with the analog stick to get them to stop and go where I want them to. To be honest, when this first happened, I thought I was getting analog drift. Other games don't have this happen at all, while House Flipper does it every single time I open it. Moving on to presentation, graphically the game looks okay. It's nothing like the PC version, but it looks alright for what it is. Performance is pretty smooth for the most part as well. The load times are a little lengthy, but nothing unbearable. So next, let's get into battery life. On the original model, House Flipper has a battery range of 2 hours and 45 minutes up to 4 hours and 8 minutes. On the Nintendo Switch Lite, it has a range of 2 hours and 52 minutes up to 4 hours and 20 minutes. And on the Redbox or V2 2019 model, it has a range of 5 hours and 24 minutes up to 6 hours and 40 minutes. In conclusion, House Flipper is a calm and chill game where you work on home improvement, be it for others or for yourself. Now on the downside, having a good amount of content missing here brings the experience down, along with the repetition of painting and floaty control glitches. If you're willing to fight those control glitches, however, it's still a fun game to play. Reviews to go rates House Flipper for the Nintendo Switch a 6.5 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Are you still here? If you are and really liked what Gray did with his videos, let's do a little homage to it with story time with reviews to go. So I live in a house now, but quite a few years ago I lived in an apartment. I lived there for quite a while, and a lot of things happened that I didn't know about. One day I was kind of renovating it in a way, moving stuff around and cleaning up as I was getting ready to move out and back into a house. I had a little nightstand next to my bed for probably the entire few years that I lived there, never moving it once. And boy oh boy did I discover how bad of an idea that was. You see, Reviews to Go here is deathly afraid of spiders. I'm a really big arachnophobe. And as soon as I pulled that nightstand out, there was a huge, probably at least 4-inch long spider right behind it. As you might guess, the nightstand got dropped, I jumped and immediately ran out of the room. I didn't know what to do. I've seen plenty of spiders in my day, but 4-inch spiders in the area I lived in is not really that common. So I did what any other sensible arachnophobe would do, find the bug spray, anything else I could use as a weapon, and waged a war on this spider. Did I put it under a piece of paper and take it out? No, I was too scared to do that. I did hit and run. I would pop into the room, put a little spray here and there. And of course, this was the toughest spider in the world. As soon as it got hit with that spray, it just kind of looked at me and thought, was that supposed to hurt? It pretty much convinced me that this spider was completely immune to bug spray. It probably took me over an hour to finally deal with this spider and get it out the door. Of course, I didn't move out that day. I was just moving things around, so I still had to go back to that bed at night, and every other second I was just imagining this spider's family just surrounding the bed and assaulting me. The lesson learned here is don't keep any piece of furniture in the same place for years at a time without being moved. You don't know if someone you're deathly afraid of has moved in and is sleeping literally 1 or 2 feet from your face every single night. Alright, I think I'm done having fun for now. If you guys made it all the way here, thanks a bunch for the watch and have a good day.